Hey there, Four States. This is Luke Taylor, and welcome to another edition of the KNEO Community Connection right here on 91.7 FM. And today we are joined in the studios with KNEO's very own John Ball. And I brought him back here to chat with you all because there's an event coming up at the end of this week known as the Neosho Holiday Classic. This is an event that goes on every single year, and KNEO is once again going to be bringing you many of those games through our website. And so we wanted to make sure you all know about that and let you all know what you could be doing here at the end of this week after Christmas passes. So, hey, John, thanks for joining us here on KNEO.
Well, you bet, Luke. Thanks for having me.
Well, I introduced it there, but really you should be the guy who tells us all about it. What is the Neosho Holiday Classic?
Well, the Holiday Classic is one of those things that Neosho is so proud of because it kind of goes along with Christmas, and it starts right after Christmas. Started in 1954. The actual tournament, though, where we had a champion was 1955, and it was Joplin, Missouri that won, and they were the first state champions. Well, once upon a time, it was all held at the Neosho Gymnasium, and they were all local schools. I mean, we had people like Pierce City, Jasper, Carthage, all of those schools like that came, and it actually started like at 9 o'clock in the morning and would go to sometimes 8 and 9 o'clock at night. And it was just a great opportunity, and it was for local schools back then to get together and play a little bit of basketball.
Well, I know it kind of butts up right here to the end of Christmas this year, and part of that's because Christmas fell in the middle of the week on a Wednesday this time. But the very first day after Christmas, the 26th, that's whenever this whole thing gets started, isn't it?
Yeah, it really does. And before we go any farther, let's give kudos to Branco, the presenting sponsor, John Branham, who, by the way, played in that tournament once upon a time, and his daughter did the same thing. In 1998, looked at the tournament, it was starting to diminish. In fact, the year before, there were only 4 teams that were in it, and he decided in order to bring it back to Neosho, bring joy back to Neosho, Branco Enterprises, with the help of a lot of others in the community, would try to bring in some teams. So from this point forward, they brought in teams from literally all over the United States.
Right.
They have paid for their lodging, in some cases have paid for their travel as well, and it's just exciting time for people in the area to come in very cheaply and spend an entire day or two, depending on how you want to do it. And I think you can get a 3-day ticket now to be able to see all of those different ball games, and it's some pretty exciting basketball.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. And like you said, they're coming in from all over the country. I'm just amazed sometimes to see teams will travel from states away because they want to participate in this holiday tournament right here in Neosho.
Case in point is the Cornerstone Academy, which is up in Ohio. They're coming down. Now, they have a young man that is nicknamed Turtle, by the way. He has already scored 60 points in a ball game this year, and there's a good chance he is en route to be able to break the record of LeBron James of his high school scoring career.
Whoa. So really interesting things that people can see if they will turn out for this tournament. And to kind of go back to what you said a few moments ago, it was really Branco that stepped in and turned this thing around and has really saved this tournament and made it something that is so popular that schools from all over the country will come here to participate.
Yeah, they took over that year in 1998 and began working with it. And in 2001, they brought in a group of girls teams as well. So we now have 2 boys brackets, and we have a girls bracket. So literally we've got 24 teams out there that are playing, and it'll culminate with all the championship games on Saturday in the Neosho High School Gymnasium, or as we lovingly refer to it, Wildcat Fieldhouse.
So that's going to be this week on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Lots of good basketball that you can see if you'll come out for that. And we sure hope that you do, but if you for some reason can't make it, John, why don't you tell them what KNEO is going to be doing for those days to help let even more people see these basketball games?
Well, certainly every one of KNEO's teams that we currently do, that means Neosho, McDonald County, Seneca, Webb City, they're all going to be broadcast by our regularly scheduled programming. But then on Championship Day, we will be broadcasting on each one of the tournament brackets, the third, fourth place team, and the championship team.
So if someone can't make it out there to the game site and see it in person, they could watch from their phone, from their computer screen, and stay up to date with who's going to win this thing on Saturday.
Yeah, and the real trick to that is to be able to get on KNEO website, because we will have those games, and we will have not only who's playing in them, but we'll have the time as well. Now, let me give you this caveat. It is a tournament, and a lot of times with many, many teams in there, it may veer 15 to 20 minutes either way from starting time. So hang with us and be ready to enjoy some really, really great basketball.
Yeah, definitely. You want to keep an eye on that, because those times can fluctuate a little bit depending on how games go. And I've been to enough of those games. I know a lot of them can go into overtime and push things back. But whenever they start, especially on that Saturday, KNEO is going to be there. We're going to give you coverage of that. So just hang with us, and you will get to see those games. So they start on the 26th. More games on the 27th. If it's a Webb City, Seneca, or Neosho game, we're going to have people there to cover it.
That's right. We certainly will.
And we will bring you all those championship games on Saturday, too. So we're glad to be a part of it. I think there's just a lot of people here in the Neosho community who they look forward to this each year, because it's a tradition here in Neosho. And it's enjoy a few days of some good basketball right after Christmas. And so there's people looking forward to it. And thank you to Branco for making it possible to even have these games this year. And again, the website, if people want to find out more, it's kneo.org.
That's right, kneo.org, and go to the website, go to the sports side, and we will have all of those games. By the way, we want to thank all the churches that are involved as well, because they provide the food, the home-cooked meals for the players in what we call the hospitality room, where coaches, officials, and players can go in and get something to eat.
Yeah, so there's a lot of good food and a lot of people working together here in the Neosho area to make this event possible. So we appreciate it. We hope everyone has a blast watching these games. And hey, John, thanks for letting everybody know about it.
You bet. Thank you for having me, Luke.